And what we have completed now is our module one's half part, where we started discussing about what is AI. We started talking about what we want to achieve, how we are going to achieve it, and we are now trying to. We actually saw now in these few three, 4 or 5 lectures that how we can do an analysis and design for a real world scenario in order to build an AI solution. We are yet not reached to a point where we can actually zero down on an AI solution, but we are now in a position in understanding अगर मुझे AI बनाना है तो मुझे किस डायरेक्शन में सोचना होगा if I am given a real world scenario. I should be able to understand or read the scenario properly, identify what is the agent in the scenario, whom I want to replace as an agent. Then if I'm able to identify the agent, I should be also able to understand about the environment in which it is operating. What is the task environment? What type of task environment we are working in? What is the performance measure? Okay, then what are the sensors for that agent? What are the actuators of that agent? That is to be able to represent PEAS descriptors for the agent task environment. Once we are realizing the descriptors of agent task environment, we can choose appropriately one of the 5, 6 agent models or agent types in order to design the solution. We can decide that, okay, I want a goal-based agent because it has all these components. Okay, once we are in that particular zone, our analysis and design just ends and we start thinking about now solving the AI problem. Now, next lecture onwards, we'll be talking about how to define an AI problem using a concept called as problem solving agent. Okay, so far we talked about agent program, how it is defined. Now we'll be actually converting these uh, agent types into more suitable solution giving agent types. ये जो एजेंट टाइप्स थे, 5 एजेंट टाइप हमने देखे, वो एजेंट के प्रोग्राम के टाइप्स थे. ये अलग अलग लेवल पे एजेंट का प्रोग्राम कैसे लिखे, हाउ द परफॉर्मेंस एलिमेंट एक्चुअली गेट्स इट्स प्लेस इन द एजेंट्स architecture that we saw. Table driven agent, there is a table, okay, which has 2 columns. Second thing, performance measure for simple reflex agent is defined based on condition action rule, which is hard coded. Third thing, it is again a condition action rule, the model based agent. Goal based agent, the performance measure is defined in terms of multiple goals that the agent needs to achieve in order to solve the given problem, and that is referred to as so we define that goal as performance measure. Finally, the utility based agent we talked about actually tells you gives you a numerical representation of the goal rather than just telling you what are the different goals. It also tells you what are the trade-offs between the goals, and it numerically represents that trade-off into some sort of an equation which will give you some number that instantaneously tells you how much happy an agent would be if it performs a particular action being in a particular state. So that is what these different kinds of agent types facilitated us. The one important agent type that we are going to take forward into next chapter is the goal based agent. Now we will be trying to understand how the problem solving agent, okay, which is a solution technique rather, okay, is going to use this basic draft of goal based agent, okay, for creating a solution for an AI problem. So we'll now talk about from next lecture onward what is an AI problem, how to formulate an AI problem, what goes into a definition of an AI problem, and then how to solve it using search techniques. So these are the 4 things that we are going to learn in the upcoming lecture. We'll start off by understanding what is an AI problem. Okay, then formulation of the AI problem, how it is formulated, what are the steps that goes into formulating an AI problem, what all things I need to define for a problem so that I can use AI technique of searching to solve the problem. Okay, we'll stop here. I guess we are stopping early today because I don't want to I don't want to go extra into today's session. We'll stop early, but I would like to answer Ajay's question, where he said that the goal-based agent and utility-based agent will be slower at times, since they need to think before doing. Yes, especially the goal-based agent, you actually think a lot. You may not just think for the next action, but rather you will think about multiple set of actions in the further future. So you won't say that ये particular action से मेरा क्योंकि एक action से कभी भी आपका goal reach नहीं होगा. You might require set of actions to reach the goal. Just like when you are playing chess, your current move may not lead you to the checkmate of the opponent. Rather, it will be sequence of moves that you take and sequence of the opponent's moves also, because chess is a multiplayer game. It is a multi-agent environment. You need to think of the sequence of activities that both of these agents would take in order to know what impact your current action would mean in achieving the goal. Okay, so the deliberation might then be bit more evolved and bit more computationally intensive. Okay, if you think of how this is going to be implemented in a computer program, it is going to be computationally intensive, this thought process and identifying whether you are aligned that goal or not. But in the next chapter, we're going to understand that how this can be approximated, and we can maximize the expected orientation towards goal rather than always being finding out the best possible move to do to reach the goal, because we won't be in a position realistically to be able to omniscientic कि मैंने ये particular activity किया तो यही होगा future में. Okay, we will never be or mostly won't be in that kind of a scenario where we are assured of कि मैंने ये किया तो यही होना चाहिए. Okay, and that's why I guess Ajay was not there when I answered his question. That's why even though at times you may feel like goal-based agent and utility-based agent would require extra activities while performing their task, but they will try to maximize the utility or maximize the goal orientation of the agent taking its current step. That would mean the current step is more informed one, and that means you are more chances of being rational than otherwise you might have. So if you do not think and take decisions, you might not have a chance of being rational, more rational than when you think and then take a step. Okay, so that's the trade-off that the situation may demand. So as I told you, a situation may demand different kinds of agent type as a thought process, even for us as well. हम लोग कभी rush situation में reflexes से काम चला लेते हैं. But if the situation is not rush situation, then you will at times think considerably in many scenarios and get away into a better happy positions than otherwise you could be in. Okay, just think of some real world scenario और आप खुद realize करोगे कि at times आपको rush scenarios में reflexes से काम चलाना पड़ता है, और at times उसी situation में अगर rush scenario नहीं है तो आप अच्छी तरीके से उस चीज को हैंडल कर सकते हो by doing some sort of a churning of thoughts inside your brain before acting upon. So yes, as you said, Ajay, they may be slow at times in taking decision because they are wasting time in computing best possible alternative, but we will be learning about how this identification of best possible alternative can be done or can be achieved appropriately in a computer program such that we do not lose the time, but we gain something out of that exercise. Okay, so that is what my answer is.